Hello everyone, this is Yuvraj, working as an assistant professor in Department of Commerce, DM and DM. It's a digital marketing data mining at Dr. SNS Rajajimi College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Now, today we are going to see about bankers security. So, what does mean bankers security? Introduction. Security interested secure repayment of loans by giving creditors enforceable rights in assets. This presentation outlines key security types, creation steps, and documentation needs to protect bank lending position. So security interest secure repayment of loans by giving creditors. So creditors should give enforceable rights in assets, especially in assets. So they need to submit their documentation, everything. So all the documentation of loan process and all the documentation of their interest. So they should be submit the all documents to the bank at the lending position. So next is bankers security. Number one, we're going to see about what does mean bankers security. So banker security is nothing but is in common forms. So as per the scopes. So types of security is there. So now we're going to see about types of security. Common forms includes mortgages, real property, pledged movable goods, charge fixed floating, and guarantee third party obligation. Understand each form's assets, scope, and typical enforcement route. So these are the types of security. it is an creation and documentation. Now we are going to see about creation and documentation. So what is documentation? So documentation is nothing but we should be give an agreement. We should submit all the documentation for our loans or whatever the properties we are going to submit in the bank, whatever we go to registration. Even though we are going to buy a vehicle, we are going to get a loan, so we should submit our all the documents. If you want to buy a loans, you should submit the salary documents, you should be the finami documents, all the documents you should want submitted. So like that. So let's go to see about creation and documentation. So creation requires a clear security agreement, identification of collateral, and often registration to perfect rights. Prepare security agreements, schedules, and registration failing to establish priority and enforceability. These are the creation documentation. These are the creation document. So registration and perfection. So we need a perfection in the registration in all the documentation. So registering security interest establishes public notice and often perfection of rights. So timely registration and processes are critical to secure priority against later creditors and to enable enforcement. These are the registration perfection. So next is an enforcement and priority. Enforcement and priority. So enforcement is nothing but is a procedure. So we have some of the procedure for the enforcement. Let's go see now. Start with demand and notice to debtor. So there is a debtor, right? So start with demand and notice to debtor. In unresolved process to responses are judicial remedies, sales of collateral, application of proceeds to the debit. Compliance with notice and sale rules is essential. So that is an enforcement procedure. So now we are going to priority in insolvency. So what is my priority? Priority determines distribution order. Secured creditors rank ahead of unsecured. Registered and perfected security generally keeps priority. Unperfected interests risk subordination in insolvency. It is a priority in insolvency. So remedies and timelines. So what is remedies and timelines? So remedies includes responsiveness, foreclosure, and debt recovery action. Statutory notice period and acceleration clause governing time, government time, act promptly to preserve rights and evidence. So now we're going for a conclusion. So secure, timely perfection and clear documentation preserve enforcement options and priority. Follow prescribed notice and sales procedures to minimize litigation risk and maximize recovery. Thank you.